With CS2 just around the corner and skins looking better than ever, cosmetics have the potential to become even more important to Counter-Strike than they already are. But it might come at a cost. It seems like Valve is preparing to develop skins that we have never seen before. But the question is, how far is Valve willing to go, and will we be okay with what that looks like? Alright, before we get into the video, I wanted to let you all know that we released an episode covering all of the hype from the Snapdragon Mobile Masters. Thanks to our friends over at Snapdragon Elite Gaming for taking us all the way to Japan to experience this amazing tournament, where we witnessed one of the greatest underdog runs in Brawl Stars history. Make sure to check out the video in the link below. Alright, in the last few weeks, there have been quite a few updates to the CS2 beta. Quality of life upgrades, maps swapped in and out, and much requested fixes to movement. But amidst those gameplay-oriented updates, were some interesting changes that might give us a peek into what the world of CS2 cosmetics might look like in the future. Now, some of those changes are pretty uncontroversial. For example, the Zeus has been added to the workshop. This means that artists can now create skins for the Zeus and show them off to the community. Why is this important? Well, it's pretty much one step away from Valve adding their own official skins for public purchase. If this happens, I can almost guarantee that the first case is going to be called the Zeus case. Mark my words. In my eyes, this makes a lot of sense. The community has been memeing about this for years, and since the Zeus is technically a weapon, why not add skins for it? Well, knowing that this is the very likely outcome, it opens up opportunities for Valve to release other types of cosmetics. And that's what leads us to some of the more controversial possibilities. When CS2 first announced, one of the more eyebrow-raising additions were feet. Yes, in Counter-Strike 2, when you look down, you will now be able to see the lower half of your body. Now, the initial community reaction was, of course, to just make fun of it, but eventually people started asking, why? Sure, it's cool and not that big of a deal, but when movement and b-hopping is so important to your game, why add something that no one asked for and might cause issues? Well, Valve's real answer is probably something along the lines of, because we can, if you don't like it, you. But if we put our tinfoil hats on, there's another potential answer, one to do with cosmetics. If we could sell them gloves, why can't we sell them shoes?
Look at my feet. Imagine I could wear football cleats or something like that.
Now, of course, adding first-person legs isn't that outlandish, and plenty of other games have them. But a few weeks after the initial announcement, data miner Gabe Follower found something that actually adds credence to this speculation. He discovered lines of code that suggest there will be separate cosmetic options for things like tops, bottoms, hats, shoes, and more. There was even a line for pets. In contrast, CSGO's source code only has one extra line for cosmetics: hands. Now, although none of this has been confirmed, it's led some people to believe that we will see full agent customization in CS2. And to add fuel to this whole wave of speculation, in the most recent CS2 update, Valve added the ability to inspect utility. And since inspect was added to better view your gun skins, the logical conclusion is that Valve is adding grenade skins. Outfits, skins for your flashbangs, emotes if the data mining is true. All of this can potentially come to Counter-Strike 2. Now, if you're new to Counter-Strike or haven't played at all, you might be wondering, who the f cares? Plenty of other games have cosmetic options like this, so what's the big deal? Well, Counter-Strike is not most games, and while it was never meant to be a realistic military simulator, there's a certain precedent that has been set that community members are used to, and they might not be too happy if it's crossed. You see, over the years, CSGO skins have done a pretty good job at striking a balance between being grounded and things that people actually want to buy. Sure, an emerald green butterfly knife might not be the most realistic, but it's a lot more believable than a gun that moonlights as a fish tank or a literal dragon. And it sure as hell sells a lot better than your run-of-the-mill military camouflage. That being said, Valve does both. If you want an AK with your standard military desert camo, you have options. If you want an AK that looks like it belongs in a museum, you can get that too. However, even while trying to stick to those values, Valve has ruffled some feathers. Whether it's holographics or anime girls, not everyone has loved Valve's recent choice in aesthetics. Hell, back in 2016 when gloves were first released, a lot of people hated them. It took a while for people, including myself, to come around. CSGO fans do not accept change easily. And in recent years, Valve has started to go down a different path with their skins. If you look at the last 10 or so cases, those low-tier standard camo skins have started to disappear, with the rare ones only becoming more complex, colorful, and a hell of a lot shinier. And although the community has mostly come to terms with these new styles of skins, there hasn't been a new type of cosmetic in a very, very long time. So if Valve starts adding a ton of new cosmetic options, it might alienate some of the core audience who like the game for its grittiness. Although I personally don't think it's going to happen, many CSGO fans are used to this simplified stylization of gun skins and knives and gloves. And if they go too far, many fear the game will end up like Fortnite. At the end of the day, whatever Valve decides to add is just going to print money. That's the state of the skin market right now. So Valve will need to take a step back and think about what they want their game to look like a few years from now. Now, if you're freaking out and thinking about, oh no, what are they gonna do to my Counter-Strike? Take a step back and breathe, because this can all just be a big over-exaggeration. All of these new additions could very likely be for completely different game modes, whether it's custom servers or things like Danger Zone. On top of that, Valve loves adding shit to their code that they never end up using in the released game. Don't believe me? Just look at the cut content from CSGO. Custom bomb codes, agent poses, entire guns, there are plenty of things that never see the full release. So I wouldn't get too worked up about this right now. Still, it is fun and scary to hypothesize about the microtransaction hell that CS2 could become, where there's a cosmetic option for every aspect of the game. Although I doubt and hope it won't. With that said, I'll pass it off to you guys. Are you open to new types of cosmetics in the game? What do you want to see? What do you not want in the game? Let me know below, and as always, stay safe and have fun. You just have like a beer koozie on your smoke grenade. You have like a Miller High Life beer koozie. Better idea, the terrorist Molotov, since it's like actually a liquor bottle, you can have like green apple Ciroc. You can have like events sponsored by alcohol companies, and their alcohol is the Molotov. This is the green apple Ciroc Molly of the game.